Welcome to my channel, this is your friend Gonza. I hope you are having a good day today. Hey, stop right there, let's duel! Hello everybody, we are gonna learn how to use Dirtops. Dirtops has Carnivore, which is gonna give us 10 life points every time that we use Bite. If we don't deal damage, we don't get any life recovery. Okay, let's go with the tree. So this is one of the news. This Dirtop is better because of vampirism. We have Bite, our basic attack. We have Root Knot, which is gonna allow us to catch the enemy Evo, so quite good against support Evo or Evos that can use debuff attacks. We have Vampirism, which is gonna make our bite more efficient and give us another 10 of life point every time that we do bite. So that's really good. Here we have Detect and Seal. We have one star boost. Thanks to the star boost we can do caloric acceleration. Also you can use root knot easier. Caloric acceleration is gonna consume 40 of life point and gives you energy, so that's amazing. The vampirism with caloric acceleration is a really good combo. And then here we have basic affinity because we are gonna use bite. We have here growth. I don't use it, as you can see, but it can be good because you do a growth, you waste the energy to do a bite, okay? But I prefer to do a bite and recover 20 of life and deal some damage before using growth and get 10 of damage for the next 3 attacks. If you are the buff, maybe this is a good point to use it, so you deal at least 20. And then I have Ingenuity here. People would say, why don't you use Thick Skin? Thick Skin is really good, and you have a Nebo that is gonna spend life to get energy, so it's really good to use a Thick Skin and have more life. That's good. That's a good point. But we're gonna have Ingenuity because Ingenuity is gonna let our Dirtop to have caloric acceleration, or if you want to say energy recover longer, and this is gonna make that with every caloric acceleration we're gonna get the full bar of energy. So it's really interesting to have Ingenuity, otherwise you're not gonna get so much energy. So we go with that. And then we have Hammering, that's really good attack, but we have an Evo that need to do bite to recover life, so we are not gonna use Hammering. We have another basic affinity which is really good, and the bar, forget the bar, okay? I have lost few duels because of the bar. The bar is not so good as bite. You can say, oh, I do at the bar when the enemy Evo has only 60 of life and then it's finished. Well, you can do 2 or 3 bite. If you do 2 bite, you are spending 60 of energy. You are spending 70 with this, and you're gonna be making the same damage. And then if you do 2 bites, you're gonna recover 40. But here you just recover 30. So I prefer to do 2 bites instead of the bar. Okay, let's go with the attacks that we have here. We have bite, we have the bar. Oh no, my god, the bar. We have Root Knot, which is really good to catch the enemy Evo, and caloric acceleration, yes. We don't have here Detect. We can switch these 2 here, so we have Detect, more useful maybe, it can be. So if we need to catch an Evo, we're gonna do Root Knot, and then caloric acceleration, then bite. Be careful when you do caloric acceleration because the enemy Evo is gonna do some throw to avoid you to use all your energy, so you're wasting a little the energy because you're gonna have full bar and you're not gonna be able to use bite because you're gonna fail, so be careful with that. And then Detect, I have spoken already about that. So the main strategy that we are using now with Dirtops is you start with an Evo that can debuff the enemy, double debuff, like Wampus, Cibus or Rodia. And when the enemy is so weak, it's not gonna deal so much damage, so your bite is more efficient. You're gonna get life recovery more efficiently, so that's really good. So you do the debuff, and then Dirtops devour the enemy. That's how Dirtop is so good. You can win a battle against another Evo without the debuffing, but you're gonna lose at least half of the life, and the next Evo is gonna kill your Dirtop, so it's better to use it with the debuff. Also, another thing that we need to have in mind. Here I have 2 basic affinity, making my bite of 40 damage. If the enemy is a one post does a debuff to our Dirtops, we will have 20 of damage. That's really good because we need at least deal 20 of damage to recover 20 of life, because with vampirism we have 20 of life. If you don't have here the basic affinity and you have a vampirism, you will be dealing 30 of damage and recover 30 of life. That's really good. But if your Dirtop is debuffed with 20, you will be dealing 10 of damage with bite and you will be recovering just 10. So you are wasting your vampirism, really. There is another advantage with this. If in front of you there is a Cubidog or Soulflore, these 2 evos get a seal when they are dealt with 40 of damage. So in my case here with 2 basic affinity, I'm making 40 of damage, so I will make a free seal to the enemy. So that's not good, really. I cannot attack with my Dirtops to a Cubidog. I will need to do maybe the bar, but then I will need to do a bite to take the seal away, and that's not good, really. So try not to be catch and then forced to fight against a Cubidog. On the other hand, if you have only 1 basic affinity and here you have a vampirism, you can attack a Cubidog because your damage is 30, and that's devastating. Okay guys, you're gonna watch 4 duels now. Dirtops against Lyceros and Dirtops against Warthog. Pay really attention to the details because they are crazy. If Lyceros does a Sun Throw before Dirtops does the first bite after caloric acceleration, Lyceros is gonna win. But if Dirtops can do caloric acceleration and then bite and recover some life point, and then Lyceros is gonna do Sun Throw, but we are gonna wait, and then Lyceros is gonna do hammering, and then we are gonna continue with bite once Sun Throw is finished, then Dirtops is the winner. Okay, have in mind that caloric acceleration is a contact attack, so Warthog is gonna use that to use the Phantom with the full damage. So we need to be careful. We need to do the caloric acceleration before receiving the first Phantom, so we have time to use some bites and recover some life before receiving the other Phantom. Otherwise we're gonna die straight away with 2 Phantom. If you see, as soon as we unwrap, we need to do caloric acceleration, so we keep attached to the Evo, we keep catch, and then we do bite and we recover the life before receiving more Phantom. And here I think Warthog could win because I did 2 bites in a row, but I think I could receive the Phantom and then die, but I survived with 20 of life. Okay guys, there is a thing that I said that I'm not very happy with, so I'm gonna say something different now because I realize it's not so right. Because when I make the video I was using my Dirtops with Detect, but Detect is only good with double attacks, but Dirtops is using Bite all the time, so with Bite it's better to do Growth, so you're gonna get 10 more damage in the 3-4 win Bite. It's better to have that in your 4 attacks. When Dirtops receive the buff and we are not gonna deal enough damage to the enemy and get advantage from 1 or the 2 vampires that we have, if we are dealing just 20 but we have 2 vampirisms, we are wasting 1 vampirism. So because of that, the best way to get advantage of our skills are to use Growth, so we are dealing more and we can get 30 of recovery with 2 vampirisms. So see you the next time.